Well, if you ask me, from what I can tell by reading, that the United States most probably needs Canada more than they'd like to admit. You see, Donny, old Donny, you know, that old paprika Palpatine, Donald Trump. Well, he told you there's nothing that Canada has that we need. We have trees, he says. We got trees! Yeah, but you see, Canada doesn't just supply the world with trees. No. It's a major economy for Canada, including wood pulp and dust. But equally, it's a major minerals, rare earth mineral supplier. That it is. They're sitting on a huge wealth of minerals. And then you've got the gemstones, you know. You've got diamonds. Yeah, apparently they are forever, that they are. Well, I made a video earlier about it. I did, you know, this on the channels. It should be live now. But, you know, it's quite, you know, interesting. I made a list on my little board there, but I'm going to work on my phone being we're live. And I have to admit, I was actually quite shocked. Like, with everything that Canada has, they could literally make virtually everything themselves if they wanted to. Whether it's cost effective to do so, you know, with wage, you know, wage cost, etc. It might not be cost effective. But you do have the resources, and you are a resource economy after all. Obviously, you've got your tourism and that as well, haven't you? And you've got beers and maple syrup. But equally, you've got what is thought to be the world's largest deposit of lithium. That is pretty considerable. Now, lithium is actually relatively cheap, but when you need so much of it, you know, after all, you know, our white powder is in everything now, and lithium-ion batteries, for instance, in your mobile phones, and computers, and your EV cars, you know. Well, there might be salt batteries later, we'll see, you know. I don't think hydrogen is going to take off, and I kind of hope it doesn't. It's very easy to be caught by the old curlies with hydrogen, because, you know, you can't exactly make it very easily yourself, can you? Unlike electricity, you can charge your own your own EVs up off if solar panels if you've got enough room. Hello there, Dog Davies, hope you're well. Stumbled here, didn't get notifications, about right. They don't like me. No, YouTube doesn't like me. Very rarely do my notifications get out. And also, some people have problems getting their comments on as well. I don't, you know, for some reason they get taken down straight away. And that ain't me. Hey Marcus, yes, you can make a lot with maple syrup. Oh yes, you can. I do like maple syrup. In fact, Cuter Lou, Canadian geezer, he's one of the subscribers. He sent me a load of maple syrup. He did. Very kind of him. But you see, it's not just maple syrup, it's not just trees, it's not just plywood, it's not just wood pulp. There's a whole wealth of materials that Canada supplies the world, and I really did not realise. I really did. I've learned a lot, you know, since I've taken an interest in Canada. I've sort of learned quite a bit, really. You know, I didn't know much about it. I'll be absolutely honest about it. Sorry, but you know, when I look for, you know, mine, you obviously got your potash, which is used in. It's one of the major ingredients in fertilisers, and that it's by about 90% of the world's potash. The United States is very reliant on Canada for its potash, for instance. Hello, you. I've got a different dog here today. Come on, you. Oh, you got a miniature. Look at this little thing. It's tiny. Good. It's very cuddly. This is Lulu for Lucifer. He's a little, yeah, I know, you're a bad breath though. They need to do your teeth, don't they? This is my son's dog. And he's a little miniature pincher. He's tiny, he's about 6 or 7 kilos. He's a tiny little thing. But he does like a cuddle, don't he, boy? And also he likes treats. And like, he's licking my legs now. He's not very big. He is lovely. He's a lovely little fella. He's very excitable. Yeah, there you go. He got it. He got it. You don't mind that. He keeps sitting me all the while though, because he's basically my son's dog. So he's like, he's always with him. So anyway, going back to these. Obviously, got the potash and regarding fertilisers and what have you. Very important. We know the ones that have been having tariffs on in the sense of your aluminium and the steel and what have you. Well, steel's obviously a mixture of carbon and iron. So effectively it's an alloy, isn't it? Steel is, so it's the iron ore. And then you obviously got your aluminium and aluminium and steel. It's not just that. You've got the virgin steel, virgin aluminium and what have you from the ore. That's a major export. Then you've got your cobalt. Something else that's used in battery manufacture and what have you, and electronics. Canada could be quite easy be making these iPhones. Diamonds, fluorspar. I ain't got a clue what fluorspar is. Is it something to do with fluoride? I don't know. A whole wealth of different gemstones used, and obviously industrial as well. Obviously diamonds, and then precious metals like you've got your gold, your platinum, etc. But then more industrial metals such as indium, niobium, palladium. I'm sure that's in Iron Man. Was it palladium they had to melt to make his reactor thingy-majiggy? For Iron Man. So it's palladium, tellurium. Then you've got titanium concentrate. And then you've got uranium as well. Uranium. Yeah, big exporters of coal. Big exporters of coal, copper, steel, zinc, graphite, nickel. And then you've got your aggregates as well. They're high weight, low value exports, but you do export quite a lot of stone. And then obviously the oil and petrol, petroleum, what have you. I don't know. I know they're going to build another refinery, but in Canada, but the petroleum wasn't fully refined, was it? If I remember rightly, on export. So obviously, it could do with having more refineries, so you get higher price for you. The thing is, you see, if you can build the stuff, you like to get more money from it, aren't you? Anything is obviously the cost of wages. Financial services, obviously, they're just like the UK. UK's got a massive financial services industry. But it's for the UK, we do build stuff in the UK. Clearly do. We build stuff in the UK, but it's heavily reliant on imports of raw materials. And whenever there's a shortage, you always get hit. See, the Canada is less likely to get hit with this because it's full of resources. It can sustain itself. Now, I know that obviously some said that our economy is tanking. Are you talking about the Canadian or California? Oh, no, in California, US's economy is tanking. I was reading something about that earlier, actually. It looks like you're going to get inflation very soon, if it hadn't already started. A lot of industries have prepared themselves by pre-buying stuff before these tariffs kick in. If they do. If old Taco does the old chicken thing again, chicken run, well, you might be right for a bit longer. But he sent out his letters, didn't he? He was just basically dictating to everybody what the trade terms are. And then obviously you got your domestic tourism, which is also pretty huge in Canada. But there's a whole load of other stuff as well that Canada does. And I didn't realise. I was going through it. I was just listening. This went on and on and on. And we're not talking about a little bit of money. We're talking about billions there and billions there. Multiples of. And it's like just the export of timber, for instance, softwoods, which is obviously primarily what you export. I don't know if it's cedar, but I imagine a lot of firs and pines. But anyway, a lot of softwoods. They alone make for about 20% of your forest industry. You know, this is big business, and we are all crying out for it. We've got shortages of half this bleeding stuff because we keep getting held by the old jeepers, you know, the ghoulies, by what we exporters that we were using, you know, such as China and places like that, and other countries, and they're holding on to it for their own purposes. And China's economy is yeah, they've still got growth. They've still got well, not as fast as it was, but they're still building stuff, and they need these resources. And we already know that Canada's been exporting LNG gas to Asia, Japan, and places like that, you know, and China, and it's and then coal as well. And I imagine Australia's got a similar resource-rich. I don't know about trees so much though. No, not so much. They've got trees, obviously, but Australia, they'd have more hardwoods, wouldn't they? More swampwoods, I imagine. Obviously, when you get more south, you're going to get, like, for instance, you know, away from Canada and the United States, you're going to get a lot, for instance, in the Caribbean, you're going to get balsa, you're going to get, obviously, balsa, which is the wood that you use to make model aeroplanes out of. You might not realise it's actually hardwood. It's not softwood, it's a hardwood because the cell structure, it's the type of tree it is. That's what it's based on, whether it's a hardwood or a softwood. But yeah, it might be very soft and very light, but it's actually a hardwood. Now, swampwoods like teaks, a lot of the ironwoods and what have you, like purple heart, you know, those sort of timbers. A lot of them are going to be, yeah, you won't be growing them in Canada, I wouldn't have thought. And the reactors. Oh, what you mean uranium? Reactors for. Are you talking about nuclear reactors? Above all, potash. Potash is very important for the United States. And see, they're cutting themselves off to spite their face. They've got such a problem now. They've got a huge problem, obviously, with importing stuff at the right, you know, at the right price, because now they're putting tariffs on everything. So the industry is going to be suffering there, and now they can't get the staff. You've got strikes going on. You've got migrant workers that are going to be going on strike very soon. Because they want citizenship. A route to citizenship they're asking for. Well, there you go. You'll come back up here, dear. Up on. Silly doggy. Yeah, so they haven't got the workers. They haven't actually got the people to do that kind of work, even if they want to try and replace them anyway. And besides, who's going to be working for the wages that they are willing to work for? I'm not saying it's good, because it's not. And, you know, these people who run these farms are doing it to obviously make a profit, aren't they? You know, they're using this labour because they save a shitload of money. But those costs do get passed on to the customer. They just do. It's just how it works, isn't it? You know. But how do they keep the profit? Keep the cost down for the customer? Well, then obviously they want to cut their costs and their inputs. The inputs could be like the potash, for instance, and the fertilisers. And it makes more sense to get someone like Canada, which is just across the border, than it is to import it by ship or plane. You know, it doesn't make much sense otherwise. There we come. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's LNG. I think it's done more than one now, isn't it? I think it's on the second or third shipment of LNG gas now. They are going to be creating some offshore. What do you call that? You got like an offshore mooring for these ships to fill up their gas. Oh, it's a decade long, so it's a 10-year deal, so that's bloody good. I didn't say Detroit. Oh, well there, Dave. Dave Knight. My thoughts on Trump not letting the files out? Well, Trump is just doing one dead cat after another. Everything's a diversion with him. Everything. And I need to see his little face. Everything's a diversion. And he's trying to take your eyes off Epstein by sending missiles to Ukraine and anything else he can do just to take your eyes, just to flood the zone, Despicable human being. Despicable. He's a paedophile, let's be honest. There's only one reason why he's hiding this, is because he's in it. And we know it already. I don't. What is? Why is anyone doubting that he's in it? These photographs don't lie. That's not AI. It's been floating around before AI was even a thing. It's just there's videos, there's clips, pictures, you name it. There's no doubt. There's no doubt he's involved. Oh, and the film industry. I ain't thought about the film industry. That's a good point. That's another thing that Donald Trump tariffed, wasn't it? The film industry. I don't know if they still apply or not, because he keeps changing his mind, doesn't he? But, he tariffed that as well, didn't he? That's just stupid. It's crippling your own industries just because they're doing the actual filming. The thing about filming, you can do it anyway. You're not necessarily going to be doing it in your country anyway. You go to locations all over the place. Like, for instance, when I was in the Caribbean on Ginger Island and Boca Tal, there's a woodland forest you can go through, and you go through there with quad bikes and stuff and go through it. But they closed it off at that point because there's all section closed off because they're using it for a movie. It's part of the rainforest. It is all guilt-driven. Everything's guilt-driven. He's guilty. He's just... There's no doubt in my mind that he is heavily involved with Charlie Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein! I keep calling him Charlie. I did that on video the other day as well. No, Jeffrey Epstein's, yes. So, we are losing small businesses and tourism on the West Coast. Currently, it's not good. Also, we are losing our agricultural workers. We are seeing. Are you in the United States, Jane Nosewicks? Or in Canada? Because I wouldn't think it would be in Canada. The thing about in Canada, if you are going to, it's obvious. The transitions are never easy, are they? Finding new markets are not going to be easy because some of these markets are already supplied. So it's whether or not you can crack into those markets. But there's a shortage. We have shortages of all sorts of bloody stuff. Our prices are high in Europe for lots of things. We could do with a little bit of oversupply. Oh, thank you very much. I like your house. I like my house too. It was a wreck when we got it. It was an absolute wreck. I had a cow in the kitchen. Not a cooked one either. No, just a cow. Yeah, they keep coming into the house because the farmer didn't actually get all the cattle off the when we bought it. You see, so. Hey, widow keeper. Hello, everybody. There you go. That's why we need more immigration, not less. I know. Look what's been going on in Los Angeles, California. And that farm, the glass house farm, that bloke died, didn't he? He fell off the roof. So sad, really, His family's Mexico, I guess, Mexico, and his family's been mourning. They're our loved ones, aren't they? They're people at the end of the day. People with families and children and relatives and what have you. They're not just hunks of flesh. They have no value. That's ludicrous. We all bleed red. We really do. When I hear people like Stephen Miller doing his bloody speeches, whoa, Nazi! Do people actually listen to him? It's like that geezer who got indoctrinated online or something like that, he shot his dad in the head because he was on the left, he was a citizen's arrest and he resisted. So he shot him in the head, then cut off his head. What is wrong with people? And apparently, that's okay, is it? Because it's, the right. It's on the right, but I don't know. I'm following this stuff every day, all day, every day, First when I get up in the morning, I'm looking to see what's going on. Before I go to bed, I'm looking to see what's going on. If I wake up in the middle of the night because I want to pee, I'll have a look at my device and see what's going on. Because obviously your times are different to mine. So I'm in Europe. And I think to myself, crikey, you're not going to survive this. Unless something major happens. Like a coup d'etat or Donald Trump pegs it. Because let's be honest, the MAGA movement would be nothing without Donald Trump. He is that link that holds it all together. Not quite so much now because they all think he's a paedophile. Oh dear me. I just feel for those poor girls and that, really. They got groomed. It's like that woman who died recently, Dan DeFrey, who was groomed by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and partnered up with Prince Andrew. She's in a hell of a state. It wrecked her life. Absolutely wrecked her life. Yeah, she got 15 million quid, but didn't make her happy, did it? Destroyed her. Apparently, someone said in the chat the other day that she'd had a car accident, and that's why she was quite depressed, and the long-term outcome wasn't very good. But it's funny though, I'm just going to put this out there. I can't see my glasses fucking clean. With the royal family, it seems to me that there's always a car accident or two revolving around the royal family. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? There was a lot of investigation regarding Princess Diana. When her and her that son of that sex offender, Harrods geezer, who tried to investigate it as well, but it was all. But it does make you wonder. Oh, nuclear reactors. Oh, I see. Oh, what they mentioned nuclear reactors, the small ones. Rolls-Royce have been working on them as well. I don't know if they've perfected them yet. Let's talk to your dog. Please, sir, I need a dog lover. I can look at him. How can I disturb him? He looks comfy. I can give him a treat if you like. Do you want a treat there? He looks sleepy. But I'm sure he'll move for a treat. Oh yeah. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There he is. I got it. That's mine. Is that my missus? No, not the dog.
What's the dog?
He's there. He's in my live stream. Oh, he's got a sausage foot, and he's got another treat now. I've got Sebastian here now as well. Tripping over everything.
That's because he's after a treat.
Oh my giddy aunt. I've got another dog now. You can't see him, but there we are. Yes, darling.
I can't go to bed until you come in.
What is that?
I can't get up the stairs with my foot.
My dear wife has hurt her foot. She's been moaning about her blooming the foot. We just took the dogs for a walk because she tripped over a tiny little stone. And then she's been moaning about it. Oh, my toe. I might have broke it. Oh, for Christ's sake. You still moaning about that? Okay. Her face. You can't get up the stairs, you're saying?
I don't think I can get up the stairs. Anyhow,
oh dear.
as long as Lulu's okay.
Well, yeah, I think they're okay. I've got both of them now, trampling all over me. Oh dear. Oh, now Lulu's got to follow you now. You want to come up here, Sebastian? You want to come up? He's just going to stare at me. He's just... Come on, you, look. I do apologise for this intermission. I'll be supplying you with ice cream next in my little mini skirt. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Imagine me in the mini skirt. Oh, up you come. Oh my God, you're molten. Oh God, what are you doing? Yeah, I know. You're a heavy breather, aren't you? I know. You can't help it. Oh, that's better. Okay. Now, can I continue? I forgot exactly where I am now. Where am I? So, he's got congestive heart failure, so he's very puffy. I'm in a town of immigrants. To remove them would decimate our town, our economy, our lifestyle. Yeah, we need people. The thing is that we're actually not making them anymore. We are not producing children like we once did. Now, I'm gonna share something with you, which I've actually done videos about this in the past. Probably still on the channel actually. But there's a pair of researchers, right? And these researchers, female researchers, and they did some research on the sperm count, all right? And this was over like 20, 30 years of research that they collected all the details and what have you. Anyway, they created this trajectory regarding our ability to have children. And they reckon by 2045 in the Western world that the sperm count is going to be at such a level that we won't be able to maintain the human race by 2045. That's what they were saying, okay? Now, there wasn't any answers in there why the sperm count was down, but then I was reading another article about PFAs. Now, if you don't know what PFAs are, polyfluoroalkylates, which are in DuPont and what have you, non-stick materials. And this stuff is absolutely everywhere. It's in your water sources, it's in your grounds, in your soil, it ends up in your food, it even ends up in your cattle cell structure, your animals and meat eaters and whatever. So it's everywhere, okay? And what they've found is that these PFAs can damage the sperm. Not worth a lie, alright? It can damage your sperm. Damage your sperm, so it ends up being a deformed, it's like invalid sperm. It's basically bent sperm. Now, I don't want to say it's gay sperm, but it's bent sperm. So literally, it can't swim straight, so it doesn't reach the egg to fertilise the egg as easily as it once did. So it has to work, twice as hard. You see, because it's doing this, isn't it? I kid you not. I found that quite humorous. I have to admit, it's my kind of. My kind of how to put science that I'm quite interested in that sort of stuff. Bizarre shit. But that's what they reckon. I don't think it helps though if you keep having raspberry ripple ice cream with your the flavour enhancers, such as beaver anal gland juice. That's another word. Just gives that little tang, doesn't it? You gotta have your tang along with your human hair and your bread. I don't know. I'm just losing it. Who has time to have kids? Well, there's that to it as well. To be honest about it, if I knew then what I know now, I'd have just had dogs. Quite frankly, I love my kids, but dogs are better. I have to admit. Daycare in Toronto is impossible. We've got the same problem a similar problem in the UK. I don't know. It's very difficult to get. And also, it's some daycare, but also it's very expensive. People, a family with just say we've got one child family, and you want to put them in daycare, like more than get school, after school clubs and stuff like that. It can cost around $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Depending where you are, obviously, but it can be very, very, very expensive. That's a big chunk out of someone's wages, isn't it? Now, they have offered free places and stuff like that. A new scheme that came out recently, 30 hours, I think it is. But that isn't as clear-cut as people seem to think it is. It's not that great. But also, it cripples the actual daycare centres because they're not allowed to charge more, and the rate they're getting from the government isn't enough to cover the costs. So it's just like, it's like destroying the industry that you're trying to help, which you try to help the people. I just had a pastel and just graduated my last one. It's too hot. I need a bowl. Are you too hot? He struggles because he's got reduced lung capacity, so he pants a lot. He's a lot better today, actually. He's not as bad today, are you, boy? Eh? We don't know how much longer we're having for, but you've got to treasure them, haven't you? I never had children, says Widow Keeper, of my own, but I am an honorary grandy to people who have no family. That's nice. Laugh out loud from a university. Hello from the university. Well, they were the days. I can remember when I went to the university. I had to wear the old mortarboard and stuff and look like an idiot. Beaver anal glands is a pretty deep cut. Ooh. Don't they have to squeeze them or something? Who milks them? Who gets that job? I used to have to do the glands on my little Wally dog. I used to. They used to get blocked. Yeah, that was nasty. I don't know what we're doing to beavers as well. Not that kind of beaver. If you're getting saucy there, not that beaver. An actual beaver, right? Yeah. Americans, Canadians, Brits, Japanese, Koreans. We're exhausted. We can't support ourselves, much less properly be there for our children. Do you know what? That's so true. It's so true. When I was a boy, my mama used to look after me, yeah. And my dad would go to work, he would, yeah, and build boats and stuff. That's what he did. Well, mama looked after me. That's the point, you see. One income could support a family. Can't seem to do it these days. The rents and the mortgages are just so high. Yeah? When my dad bought, mum and dad bought their house, so their mortgage was something like £6 or £7 a month. That's peanuts. And the house was about £800. It's even with not ordinary inflation. It's nowhere near the value, the cost of housing now in the UK. You see, probably like in Toronto and places like that as well, house price inflation is way over actual inflation itself. Wage growth from here. So, like for instance, it's 15% in the UK, or it was. I think it might be down a little bit now, but it was around 15%. And the reason for that is because there ain't enough houses. It's a supply issue. We haven't oversupplied, so the house prices haven't come down. They just keep going up and up and up and up and up at 15%. And the construction firms don't want to do anything about that because they want to maintain high prices. So they'll build just enough to maintain the high. I've worked in the industry, I know what it's like, but just enough to maintain the house prices so they can make sure you get the maximum profits. It's just good business. It's not good for you, Now, how much of your wages is, the money you've got coming in is actually just to pay your rent? Now, I'm fortunate, okay? I haven't got a mortgage. I sold my house in the UK, bought a wreck of a place over here, spent about 10 years doing it up, they're still not finished. And so I haven't got a mortgage. I've got no debt. So that's the best way to be. It's freedom. They say it's freedom. And that way, the billionaires don't own you so much. Hey boy, that's a good fact. I am literally getting absolutely covered in hair. Fur, aren't I? Yes, I am. But you are lovely. He is a lovely boy, he is. Aren't you? No, I had 6 kids, right? Caroline had 4 from her first marriage. And we had 2 together. And we've got 11 grandchildren. And I love my kids, don't be wrong, I love my kids. But would I have kids now under this what's going on at the moment? No, I don't think there's any world to bring children up in. I really don't. All this social media and stuff like that is perverts their minds. It's about 100. About crikey. So it's about $1,000 a month for our mortgage. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to find every single month. Obviously, that depends on how big your house is and how much you got left on it. Well, yeah. It used to help keep the rest of the market balanced. You talk about property, for instance, construction. These days, it's such a big problem. I know. I've been in the meetings, board meetings, some Wilcon homes, and in the UK, and their primary concern is maintaining the house price, because that's the quickest way they can lose money. If there's a downturn in house prices, well then they ain't gonna make a shitload less money. And when they're building 1,000 houses, they're talking about a lot of dough, aren't you? Even if it's just a percentage, 1% down or something like that, House prices have been artificially held high in the UK with ridiculously low interest rates. Money was cheap. It helped people buy properties at higher prices. It should never have been allowed. They should never ever drop the interest rates below 2%. For most people, 2 maybe 3% is manageable on the mortgage. But when you start dropping it to 0.5%, 0.25%, people with money can't get any interest on their money. They have to make investments that are less secure. So that becomes dangerous. So have lost money. The only people who win here are billionaires. You want to go down? You have seen my legs. I am absolutely covered. I would have thought you got any fur left. I'm just literally covered in fur now. I think I'm going to have a big hoovering in here later, mate. Your nose is covered in fur as well. Stay up in. Right, let's have a look at what's going on. So, yes, it did used to help balance the market. It doesn't anymore, though, does it? Hello, Gingers. Hope you're well. I have 6 nieces, nephews. I could only be around them for 30 minutes. Then I'd leave. But they're lovely kids, but they're noisy. They are noisy, especially the girls. We should come to visit us in just over a week's time. My husband works for a bank and was able to get a decent rate, so that makes a massive difference, doesn't it? A little bit of a percentage here and a percentage there does help, doesn't it? What? Crikey, because of property taxes, an extra 150 a month. That's a lot to find on top of everything else, isn't it? Gingers. Now, if you didn't know, Gingers, who's in the chat at the moment, she's been there. To come and visit us. It was very kind of her to took all that effort. She went to Scotland and that as well. So, yeah, and brought a friend with him. He's also on the channel. So it's cool. I guess they've got to take a picture of your tree. I will do that, just so you can see. But that does it very well at the moment. And so is Nigel Schmidt's oak tree as well. That's getting quite big. Hey, it's old Jack Black. That's me. Oh, dear. Yeah. The thing is, I know it's difficult, but if you can get rid of your debt, if you can lose that debt, it'll make a huge difference to you. It's a weight, isn't it? Whether it be your mortgage, car loans, etc., etc. It's a weight that hangs over you. And also rents as well. You're obviously better off having the house. At least you've got some equity. Oh God, he's looking at me. He is. At least you've got some equity, but just to be debt free. It's this whole weight's been lifted off you. And also, if you have bad times, hard times, you don't have that burden, do you? You still got to have the other taxes and shit like that you got to deal with, and obviously got to eat. But living here, If you didn't know, I live in rural France, okay? So I live in rural France. It's probably a bit like Canada in some ways, except there's lots of oak trees. So it's a bit like, so it's very rural, very green, hilly and stuff like that. And because I got a little bit of land, I got a nice garden. I grow a lot of veg. Our water is from our well, so we've got no water rates or anything like that. I provide quite a bit of our electricity comes from our solar panels. In fact, I've got a little generator all put up, wind turbine all put up as well. It all helps, right? It keeps our costs down because I don't earn a lot, all right? I don't earn a lot here. Now I could do. I suppose if I was doing more woodworking and stuff like that, I could earn pretty well, to be fair. But I find my old gen. I don't know when I can and cannot, if it makes any sense. So some days I'm a bit of a, how to put it, bit in the shit. Get a lot of pain. Yeah. Anyway, so I can grow my food and stuff like that, keep the costs down. So I'm quite fortunate like that, you know. But not everybody's got that, have they? You haven't got that ability to do that. I only did it because I sold my house in the UK and moved here and made the move. Sometimes you just got to go for it, yeah. And property taxes are low. So we no longer have habitation. Because when Donald Trump... Did I just say Donald Trump? When Emmanuel Macron got in again, he promised to get rid of the habitation tax, which is basically your tax which pays for all your services. He did. He got rid of it. So we now just have what we call a foncier tax. So that like halved our taxes for the property. Yeah, they did go up. It's literally half that. If not, yeah. We still have to pay for bins and stuff like that. Got rid of the TV licence as well. We don't have that anymore. Good job, because I don't watch it. It's rubbish. I don't watch TV. So my point being is, if you can cut down your costs of living and live a simpler life, you know, there's a lot to be said for that. And I understand when I get it. When I see people do these van conversions and then they decide they're going to go travelling around, what have you, and live in the back of their van and the world becomes their garden, so to speak. I get it. I understand. It's hard when you've got family. It's hard, you know, even if you're a couple and you've got dogs and stuff like that, you can't really do that sort of stuff very easily. But so many people do. Simplify their lives, get rid of that stress. I get it, you know. I kind of digressed, don't I, from the topic of this live stream. Oh, I don't know, but you know. Sounds like he's doing, or who's doing it with me? You. There we go. A bit of space is nice. We've got 2 hectares we're putting over to trees, but which is pretty good. But we've got more than that here. I have to cut back on my charitable contributions and my food, says Gingers. There's a lot. 150 is a lot out of your budget. I get that. You know, crikey. Yes, money is curated by the people making loans through banks. And that's when they print money. To ready the supply of money. If they print money for the purpose of just, let's say for instance, they need to pull the country out of a recession, so to speak, and then they print shitloads of money, and they're going to do a load of infrastructure for this and a load of infrastructure for that, but there's no basis for the money, it's not grounded on anything, and that can cause considerable inflation. So it's quite dangerous. You can do it. The bank, say for instance the Bank of England, and you know, Mark Carney used to be our governor for Bank of England. They make judgment and say, can we do that? Can we print more money? You know, and then obviously the loans and stuff like that for when they will be printing more money anyway. It's all part of the system. But but obviously you got bond markets now. But the thing is, you see, if you flood it, you end up devaluing it, and it causes inflation, cause all sorts of problems if you're not careful. Because if the other thing is, if you overflood the market with, say for instance, I don't know, Canadian dollars, for instance, by printing shitloads of money from the Canadian, the Bank of Canada, well then clearly you're going to potentially devalue the Canadian dollar. So you've got to be careful of that as well. It's a tricky balance. For Donald Trump to tell Powell, is it Jeffrey or Jeremy Powell? Jeremy Powell. Anyway, the federal bank governor to just bring the rates down to 1% or something stupid like he's telling them to. And he said he's a blockhead or something stupid. Oh, knucklehead. He called him a knucklehead. End of the day, he's going to make a judgment on the basis of the data that he's got, and he's going to make that judgment on that basis, not on a whim from Donald Trump, the pedo. No, he ain't going to do that, is he? Don't get booted on a light button. It doesn't make any sense. Bank managers are there to do a job. They're there to do a job to make your lives better, improve on them. But you know how it is. The man's a fucking idiot. That's a good point, actually. Recessions are pretty much a decade cycle. Now, it is about that, isn't it? And we've been hovering around a recession, haven't we, for years now. For the UK, because Brexit didn't help us at all, crippled us. And that still is crippling us, because we've still got a load of red tape for trading with our closest trading partner. See what's happening with the United States, trading with its closest partner, as in Canada, and they've crippled that trade. And now the US's economy is not looking in a very good way at all. Do you want to come up there, boy? Do you want to come up or not? Come on then. No? Or do you just want treats? He's looking at me funny. You've got to sit there and wait. Oh, I keep giving them treats. I can't keep giving you treats. I'll give them half a time. That's a good idea. Okay, they're getting a bit hard, they are. They're dry ones. Right, yeah, here we are. It's like, I think this was back in 2008, 2009, so it's not quite a decade, but a bit over. But we are hovering, aren't we? Teetering. But we're sort of like, they would say recession is sort of two consecutive quarters of negative growth. But the US has got no growth. UK's got no growth. Some of the countries in Europe have got growth now. Germany's doing pretty well. To be fair, France is doing pretty well. Considering everything's gone on, don't forget we've still got a massive amount of debt from the pandemic, for instance. The UK's like 400 odd billion in debt from the pandemic. They spent money like bloody water, they did. 20-year mortgage, you're going to see at least one, if not two recessions. That's a good point, actually, isn't it? That is a good point. Yeah, water is rather wet. Wasn't it Donald Trump said that, didn't he? At the standpoint of water, it's wet or something. I don't know. It's something crazy. It's a lunatic. Stumpstein in the river. Oh, great, they had another flood, didn't they? Not in Texas. Where was it? New Jersey? Was it New Jersey had floods today? Was it yesterday? I know that one person died, but nothing like Texas. They had about, what was it, about 150 millimeters, about 6 inches of water over a short period of time. Unlike, it was like 10 inches. No, not 6 inches. Well, even that, about 3 or 4 inches. But they had about 10 inches in Texas over a very short period of time. And don't forget, boop the whole like button. Boop, boop. Oh, we've got a super chat. I missed it. I missed a super chat. What have I missed? Down we come. Yay! Hey, Mark. Cheers, buddy. I agree. I totally agree, sir. We need our northern neighbours. I've been saying it for you, but you do need them. You need Canada. They are, they're a massive supply of resources that you need. Where else are you going to get them from? Further afield? That makes no sense. Just like Brexit made no sense. There's no point going further afield. Our food in the UK has now got more land miles on it than it ever did before. And people are complaining because it has a very short shelf life. They take it home and it starts rotting as soon as they open the packet. It's like... The only thing that lasted was that lettuce that beat... Liz Truss. Our economy is failing. Oh no! It's the thing is though. I don't want a mockery for that sort of stuff because at the end of the day, it affects ordinary people, and people just they find that they're going to suffer, it causes depression, and where there's poverty, there's crime. People turn to, well, robbing your corner shops and stuff like that with the point of a gun, and people get killed. Yeah, but we love our northern neighbours. Do you know what about Canada? Right, I knew very little about Canada. Okay, I knew where it was, and about the hemisphere and stuff like that. I got that, all right. But I didn't until recently. And Donald Trump going on about Canada. We don't need Canada. And then you start looking into it, and you realise, shit, man, they're quiet. Right, they're not necessarily. They're not like they're a bit neutral in many ways. They're just a bit like I don't know Switzerland. Just they're fairly quiet. They get on with their. They do their thing. Supply the world with shit that we don't actually. No, sorry. What phrase? No, they supply the world with I say shit. I mean stuff. I don't mean that's rubbish. It's just with stuff. Supply the world with stuff. And I didn't bloody realise. They're a major supplier, and they're sitting on a gold mine. Well, literally, because they got gold and diamonds. Oh, Rheinmetall. Yes, Rheinmetall in Germany. They've grown massively. I haven't looked recently, but I know within the third month of Donald Trump being the president, Rheinmetall tripled in size. Tripled in 3 months. I wish I invested in that. If I had a bit of money, that's where I'd have invested in bloody Rheinmetall, because their shares also gone through the roof. So yeah, they're doing very well. And something I saw actually this morning, because I follow a lot of the achievements in Canada and stuff that Canada's doing. And I find it quite interesting when I see they've developed a new drone or developed this. They're ground drones. They're like howitzers. They're literally big guns on wheeled vehicles that are radio controlled with I suppose it isn't fly per view. I suppose it's drive per view. I don't know, whatever. But they're taking out Russians with these bloody great guns on wheels, driven. You know, they've changed the face of war. They really have. They've changed it. It's just so different now. These drones are starting obviously with, like for instance, these Iranian drones, and then they got some amazing work that the Ukrainians did with these domestic drones. They're just like dropping little payloads off the bottom of these domestic drones. Drones like I've got, and it's just incredible. And they're also using drones which are racing drones. These things are fast. I mean, they're ridiculously fast. And they're actually flying about these people. You can't. You're not going to shoot them. They're too quick. So they've just got bombs on them. Just the sad thing is they kill people. That's obviously the sad thing. But what do you do when you're being invaded and being you're also at the point of a gun? These rich idiots come over to our lunch table and started throwing rocks. What rocks? Oh, there we go. Started throwing rocks at us, and now Canada's on its feet. And I'm not going to pull them off, Dumpy. The dying orange clown. You say, what's going on with him? Have you seen his skin? He's wearing a load of makeup. The other day he had bruises all over his hands. The next day I noticed he's got all this. Actually, it was Midas Touch Networks who made that, showed that. I think it was them. Anyway, then he got all this blimmin' makeup on his hands, trying to cover up all the stuff. And then he's got his neck, and it's just like, what's going on here? And his ankles. Oh my God, they're like tree trunks. It's like he's got leukemia or something. He's just filling up with water. They all, I don't know, put more dimmers in or something. Dimmers in 40 or, I don't know, diuretics. Jack. there's a Ukrainian company here building armoured carriers. And many of them are used for Ukraine also. That's the other thing about Ukraine, is that they're actually having partnerships, including in the United States, partnerships with other countries to build drones of one type or another. So they've become this forefront in the technology, and it's just that is going to be where they are at the end of this war. Hopefully, they get through this. But that's where they're going to be, isn't it? Is drone technology. Now they are using, obviously. Don't come up there. Come on. Up you come. Big bum. Oh God, here he is. Oh my God, you can sit there, are you? All right. Yeah. So obviously they're using probably Chinese components and what have you. But with all their mineral deposits and all the metals they've got, there's no reason really that they couldn't actually do the whole bloody lot, is there? Build the circuit boards, the PCB boards. You can do them with lasers, They're doing a lot with 3D printers. You're a very puffy boy, aren't you? Very puffy. You're comfy there. You're going to get hot, You'll get hot. So, yeah, it's all very interesting stuff, really. It's just a shame, really, that it has to be something that kills people. I just, it feels a bit uncomfortable. Steve McGowan. One major problem with drones, it takes 200 to 300 drones to deliver the firepower of a few fighter jets. Yeah, but these fighter jets cost like millions, don't they? It's just, these drones, they cost nothing. And also they can be you can do swarm technology, where they're all literally linked together. I'm not saying that's a replacement. I'm just saying, but also don't forget the fact, Matt, is you haven't got a pilot at risk. So they're plus size, isn't they? But yeah, there's going to be problems with all of them, isn't it? But you see, that's what's available to them. They haven't got enough people, so drone technology makes a lot of sense for them. Well, you say that though, about all that. What about Iran? They didn't do that well, did they? With all those bombers. Always having infusions in his hand. Yeah, I can see where it's been. If you look closely to his hand, you can see where he's obviously got that. Oh, careful, Bear! What are you doing now? Hey, now what you try to do? You just fall off. There you go. Oh my giddy aunt, you are molten like crazy. You're getting too hot, boy. Where are we? Infusions inside. You can see a little lump where the needle's been put in, can't you? And if he's having infusions, he's having several of them. So why is that, do you reckon? Has he? He's got kidney problems. Maybe he's waiting for a transplant. You see, that's why all these immigrants have been carted off and disappeared for organ harvesting. I'll be a bit surprised. A PlayStation is a bit like that. Jack says he's been dead for a couple of years now. Is he an automaton? That's what he said about Biden, isn't it? He shared that on his Truth Social. Yeah, drones are great for remote areas. They've also been used for spraying and all sorts of stuff now. And you get these bloody great drones. They can hold like 50 odd litres of fluid, if not more. And they, spray the fields. Dead for a couple of years. So they're taking numbers of drones at local building level compared to Russia. They're partnered here with Excalibur Army to make self-propelled, auto-loading autonomous howitzers. Fucking hell. Obviously, this is like stuff you see in films and in movies. It is. It's like Star Wars. I wonder if we're going to get a walker next. Can we have a walker? It'll be. He is a happy doggy. He's having problems at the moment. There's heating helping him. He's finding it really hard to keep cool. Russia's economies are definitely collapsing. They're struggling. But yeah, that's going to fall flat on its face when Donald Trump puts these tariffs on Russia. You know, on all that business that the United States does with Russia. He thinks we're all stupid. Good for rescues and forest fire prevention. They are. The battery technology is getting better and better and better. And some of these drones aren't even battery now, are they? You can even get like, drones powered by jets. And the GPS. Some of them are not using GPS now. Oh, crikey. Some are doing the Russians are managing to skip past GPS by using triangulation. And they've been piggybacking on some of these apps like WhatsApp and I think it was WhatsApp, no, Telegram, using Telegram as a way of triangulation, so they know where they are. I don't know how they do it, but that's technology that they found in one of these drones, as well as Starlink in the Russian drones. Crikey, that's cheap, isn't it? So these apparently, Brett Wall saying here that he's watching something yesterday saying that these Ukrainian drones are being produced for $100 each. $100. It's nothing, is it? Good evening, Canada Kev. Hope you're well. No, I haven't said. I'm ignoring him. He's an idiot. Counter Kev. Yeah, I have seen some of his videos, but they're just. He's just trying to attack me all the while. And the reason for it is because he was stalking me after I blocked him. He's trouble. He's trouble. So be careful. Anyone who get involved with him, including the two Davies. He also attacked Regan Elite as well. China has... Oh yeah, but they do. They do, that's crikey. Ukrainians have always been tech advanced, though. The Czechs have actually, they'll still be going there, but the Czechs are actually very good on technology as well. They're amazing engineers. Effectively, I had a drone lawnmower. It was a slope mower. It was designed for cutting banks, and it was radio controlled on the crab stairs, and it was made by a Czechoslovakian company, Republic, Czech Republic. Hey, cheers, AAB23. Obviously, there is the super chat if you want to make sure I read your chat out. Doesn't have to be much, obviously. Sebastian's giving you fur. I know. I'm covered in it now. Covered in fur. There you go. I love him, so it doesn't matter, does it? Mega Trump. Oh my Gideon. Mega Hitler. Grok. And now it's got a contract. It's now got a contract with the United States government. Millions and millions of dollars. It's several $100 million contract. Why Grok? So all the strings look marionettes. I suppose they're drones as well then. Well, I suppose they are actually like marionettes, because some of them drones are actually fibre optics, aren't they? No one ever seen drone ship warfare until they did it. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. One of them drones, it was equipped with a missile. I can't remember the missile that had on there, but they took out a MiG. You know? Was it a MiG or an SU? An SU, I think it was. A Russian plane, anyway. Tago, yes. Trump always chickens out. Hello, Storm Rider. Are you talking about Trump with the clown? Oh, he got a congenital heart failure. Trump, that is. Let's hope. Sorry, I got no love for him. I always celebrate when he's gone. That man's evil. He's made a lot of people's lives a misery, including his own family. Some people don't deserve respect. Apparently, big head. I have got a big head, actually. I've got a whopping great head. I like hats, alright, as you probably know, but I find it difficult to get hats because a lot of them are too small. And generally speaking, them are about 60 to 61 centimetre head. So I've got a big nugget. So yeah, I've got a big head. Jack Black, my man. Oh, what's up? Yeah, I'm good. How about you? Yeah, we're all right. I'm actually very happy today because I got this camper virtually seated. I just got to get some tyres for it, but I knew that. Now, how it works in France, CT is like your MOT or like say that the vehicle's proficient, you know, it's safe. And the campers, it's about, what is it, about 2008, the camper. It's only done 21,000 miles, it's done hardly anything. And anyway, we went in for CT this morning, control technique, and everything's absolutely tickety-boo, apart from the tyres. I need to replace the tyres, but I already knew that. They've got tread on them, but they're old. I imagine they're probably the original tyres. There might be on that, yeah, there might be the original tyres on there. So they're in limit, but the sides, the walls, they're not great. So yeah, I need all new tyres for it, so I have to save up. But anyway, you get 2 months to do what you could call a contra visit, and then it's good for 2 years. That's how it is done in France. But we can drive it now, so we will be using it, and we're going to be taking it around France, and we're going to be doing live streams from various places, provided I've got good enough internet. So we'll, maybe in front of a chateau or something, I don't know, at a chateau, or maybe at a restaurant, go live, or whatever, Or even on a dog walk. Don't know where we're going yet. We're probably going to go in September, but also we're going to have a few short trips before then. I might even take the grandchildren out when we got them. I used to work in medical administration and took care of my parents through heart problems and dementia. Oh, crikey, it must have been terrible. What I'm saying about Dump's health is very familiar to me. He's clearly losing his cognitive ability, isn't he? He was never that great in the first place. But he's, I've got no love for that man whatsoever. I really haven't. I know, but he should wish ill on people and stuff like that, but he's one person. He's evil. He's just evil. Now, someone else I actually would like to see, maybe, I don't know, spontaneous, inhuman combustion, would be Stephen Miller. He's an evil bastard, isn't he? Hello in Toronto, Randy Shea. I hope you're well. Yeah, that's AllShorts and another one, stupid channel. It's just taking the piss out of me, basically. That's up to them, I can't let that get me down. I just carry on doing what I'm doing. Eventually they get bored. If they don't, so what? Not providing anything, are we? These channels. It's just... Hey everybody, great day at the beach. 29 degrees in Nova Scotia, and it's beautiful this time of year. Make me jealous. Getting that obsessed with somebody online isn't healthy, no, it's not. The thing is, though, if you're talking about that particular individual, he was basically stalking me, he was. I was getting creepy, you know. So, I think he loved me. Oh dear. Yeah, Joy Manuel, I love the Nova Scotia. Oh, I want to go there now. Mega rump. I hate cutting grass in this heat. There's all dust. That's all you're getting dust. I've got to cut our grass actually. Oh god. There's a lot of it to do, but there you go. First I have to join the trees, but the thing is, because I've parted all these trees, it's like you can run in circles all the blinking while. My partner takes FPV drone training classes, and from what I have seen, it requires reflexes and reaction time beyond most people have over 35. I fly drones. It depends on the type of drones you talk about. If you're talking about these high-speed thingies, mine's fairly quick, to be fair. They're great fun, but I do for videos, basically. So, there's a missile flying over me. Oh my giddy aunt, quite possibly. Come on, Tweaky the car salesman gives us the Epstein list, do you reckon? I don't think we're going to see it. I think they'll shred it before anyone sees it. I'm just hoping somebody else has got a copy. Drive by like! Everyone stay healthy. Beat the like button. Taco. I wonder if he's got a tachograph. The world would be better when Trump is gone, yeah? Never thought I'd be wishing somebody to be dead. You know what I mean? That seems pretty horrible, doesn't it? But yeah, that man has done so much harm. Yeah, how many people he's hurt? I watched Midas Touch Networks this morning. I think it was Midas Touch. Yeah, it was, yeah. That was Ben Mercedes, and he's referring to, he's referencing an instance where a Canadian family literally just stood over the border just to say goodbye to their friends in their members of their family in the United States, and they got detained and they got disappeared for a few months. They're still there, just for that. It's so ridiculous. It's just got so heavy-handed. Hi, you, my baby. Hello. Yeah, Satan's offspring. I think even Satan would be embarrassed. Yeah, it's creepy. Really? I saw a Trump voters on another live saying Trump's people never said that they would expose the lists. Really? Pam Bondi, for instance. Oh, it's on my desk. Oh, you'll be shocked, you will. It's on my desk. Donald Trump, he backtracked, but then, he edited the videos. As far as everyone's concerned, it should be the case that, maybe that he did want the lists to be exposed, but obviously doesn't. It's like he says something, then he backtracks. Oh, there might not be that. Your troll is after his hairy bear. To each to their own. Plenty of bridges for gammon boggart trolls. Yeah, I know. You're not right, wrong, Brett Wall. Boggart. That's a bigot, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you could get that. It's it's crazy. The stupid thing is, on this channel, I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't hide a lot, do I? You know what I mean? I've took people around my house, took people in my garden, you know, I mean, tell you things that we're up to and shit like that, you know. I don't hide a lot. I don't see how... He seems to think that he called me Grifty McShifty or something stupid, or Shifty McGrifty. I thought, what the fuck? Why? It's so childish. This troll geezer. Yes, I'm being trolled. Oh. That's why they can't put out a fake list. Oh, that sounds nice. 28 degrees with a beautiful sea breeze in the bay. Oh, sounds great. Have a glass of wine. Hope you're enjoying yourself there, you lucky devil. I'm quite lucky, to be fair. I am pretty lucky in many ways, you know. It's I don't earn a lot, okay, but I do get to do what I want to do, which is good. Yeah, I do this channel, for instance. You know, I spend too much time on this channel. I mean, I literally spend too much time for very little on this channel. I really do, but at least I can say I do it because I sort of kind of want to. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes people say, "Oh my god, I don't want to do it now." You know what I mean? But you still got to do it. You know. But you know, I've got my garden. I can do my garden. I walk the dogs. I've got a door I'm building on the bench at the moment for a customer, an oak door. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, just I do it at my own pace, which is a good thing because if you've got 5 mile jet, it's kind of like, you know, if I didn't have flexibility, if I had to go to 9 to 5 job or something like that, I wouldn't manage it. I'd end up having to do disability or something because there's times I just cannot work. I can't move. So it's just, you know, it's habilitating. Or whatever. Okay. Wow. So Ginger was looking at her family tree the other day, and some of her ancestors have been here since the 1750s. Feck, they're bloody old, aren't they? Cronky. Are they still? Are they still getting a pension? Are they still getting Social Security? Are they one of the ones on Donald Trump's, on Doja's list? I tend to go for a walk at midnight most nights, and now it's really nice. Do you know what? I tell you one of the things I used to like doing. I used to like to get on my bike, push bike, and literally just ride around in the city of Norwich. I actually used to enjoy that at night times. The air's fresh. And it's, you know, obviously a warm night, and air's fresh, and it's just... Yeah, I see where you come from with that one. I heard that the American family who moved to Russia and started making propaganda videos is now regretting it because their father has been drafted into the Russian army. Oh, that'll teach them. That'll teach them. The only YouTubers that I know that, such as Russia Today, and yeah, not Russia Today. Oh crikey, what's his name? Oh, Provokos. Oh, anyway, he's There's a few of them have left Russia that I know of because they're obviously worried they're going to get arrested. You know, well, that's the thing. What's the point of some list that's been redacted? It can't be redacted. It mustn't be redacted. Picked 12 pounds of blackberries today for making wine. Blackberry wine, oh, that's nice. The world is shifting. Where's P. Diddy? The world is shifting. Well, apparently because of these massive reservoirs, the shifting the centre of gravity of the Earth, and it's put off kilter. It is apparently. Hell yeah, you're real. That's why I hang around. I try to be real. Oh, thank you, mate. Cheers, buddy. A8B23. Yeah, You know, I'll tell you what. It's like real. I think the thing about that really bugs me. I don't like it when I say fake shit. I really don't. As a woodworker, I hate melamine finishes. I hate fake wood. Anything that is trying to be something else. I absolutely detest it. And I hate it when I see people trying to be something that they're not. I don't like that. And it's I'm just a stupid idiot, all right? I'm just stupid. I'll prat about and stuff like that, and I enjoy it. I can't do it for me, really, more than anybody else. I don't know. I don't know. But when for instance, there's channels out there that I really like. Okay, like for instance, I really like Midas Touch Networks. They've got quite big now, mind. But I absolutely detest it when they put those stupid, corny adverts in the middle, like some bumwash. Or what was it earlier today? Oh, crikey, it was some supplement. Oh, for God's sake. I just, that sort of thing, it feels very fake. Really, very fake. And the ads are fake. You know, they're saying, oh, I've done this and I've done that, I've tried this and it's made me better. Or it might be a chair or something, or it might be a mattress. You try to tell me that you've all been sleeping on this mattress together. That's been donated to your channel. You know, it's just it's too much. And when I know full well, I've got a fairly good idea how much money they're earning on views because it's a big channel and they get a lot of views every day. You know, millions and millions and millions of views every day. About 9 million a day they get. That they are raking a lot of money in. A lot of money. You get my silly little views about I get about 10,000 a day or something stupid. You know, I'll be lucky to earn a tenner. You know, so I just makes you wonder why you do it, really, doesn't it? You know, you think about that. Yeah, why do I do it? The thing is, though, you see, I just things need to be real, and we need to be real. We need to be honest with each other. You know. People need to be honest with themselves, true to themselves, true to their family, true to their friends. You know, speak the truth, shame the devil. I know I've said it before, but it's true. And that's all you've got to do. It's actually really easy. That's a stupid thing. It is really easy to be honest. So you either be honest or you just don't say anything at all. You just, hold back. If you feel you're going to offend somebody by being honest, just hold back. Just don't say it, or divert around the question or something. You don't have to. But don't lie. See, the thing is, like, for instance, I had this conversation years ago, actually, with my daughter. And she's very creative, very artistic. And she's showing me stuff that she's doing, what have you. And I'll be absolutely honest with her. I'm not going to say, oh, that's great, oh, fantastic, isn't it? If it was, I will. But I always give her some critique. Because I see where she's going, and I'll give some critique. Otherwise, it's worthless. There's no value in it. If you're constantly just fluffing people up all the time, they're not going to gain anything from it. There's no point in them asking you. None whatsoever. So it's basically being honest, And it's the same with this channel. I hope people believe that I am being honest with people. And I'm sharing with you things that I've learned. I'm not going to make it up. Sometimes I might get a little bit wrong, but I'm only human after all. Or I might say the wrong word. It's like call Jeffrey Epstein, Charlie Epstein or something like Charlie Hebdo. I don't know. But it's I just feel like we need to. It'd just be a downside easier, wouldn't it? If we all were just truthful and honest within reason, Sometimes little, white lie might be necessary just to be kind to people if you think they're a little bit vulnerable. But, otherwise, just speak the truth and shame the devil. It's the best way, I think so. Blimey. Hello, Regan. Hope you're well, my friend. Didn't see you there. Let's scroll down a bit. Lunar. Trump's PDF file in the Epstein's book. Ooh. That'd be good. Yeah, be true to yourself. That's what I read, Brett. You know, you got to be, ain't you? You know, I'm just a simple geezer. You know, there's nothing really complicated about me. I'm sort of like, you know, what you see is what you get. I'm just an annoying cunt. Oh, bastard. Sod. I don't know. Whatever they call me. I don't care. You know, you just got to. I feel you got to. I just feel you got to just be honest. Just makes it easier. Makes life easier. You've always got to remember the lies. And when you tell so many bloody lies over a period of time, how are you going to remember all them? You're going to mess up, aren't you? It's pointless. Just make life difficult for yourself. Spiritual! My husband is a lapidary. Oh, what is that? A lapidary worker. Oh, stone. Oh, I see. Stone jewellery. Well, that's pretty damn cool. Does he have like tumblers and stuff like that to polish the stones? Because that'd be pretty good. I was thinking about actually getting one of them because there's some little tumblers. Yeah, I can remember going to, well, where's it? Cornwall, Land's End in Cornwall, and there was a museum, not museum, that was like one of them craft places, and they had like tumblers and stuff like that, and you could buy all the powders and what have you to do your own tumbling. I could just use a cement mixer, couldn't I? Just shove a load of stone in it. I got one of them. All natural beaver gland supplements. Oh, God's sake. All hand milked. God's sake. Oh dear. I love the way you say "voo." Voo? The supplement companies will come knocking at your door someday. Yeah, not me. That's embarrassing. I won't be doing things like that. If it's woodworking stuff, I might be interested in that. I don't mind a few freebies woodworking stuff. There's like on my woodworking channel, I have quite a few freebies already. I've got lasers and all sorts of stuff that I haven't paid for. They've been sent to me just to make videos, so I don't mind that. But I use them anyway. I use them in the workshop. Oh, it doesn't have a tumbler, but he's got a cutter. Oh, heavy duty belt sanders and stuff. So what heavy duty? What's on stone? So was it like? I suppose you're gonna have to use some kind of diamond aggregate on there or something. I imagine. The bees is a bees. I like bees. I do. Yes, I do what I can for the bees. I mean, we've been putting out sugary water out for them recently because it's been so hot. My grandmother had a rock tumbler for all the little rocks she found at the beach outside her house. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Takes ages as well, doesn't it? You know. I come. Turn on ham radio. I haven't got ham radio. You need license for that. I got my VHF radio license. Got that. We're shipped to shore. Do. There we come. And my hubby was so cute when we were courting. He'd bring me rocks like a gentle penguin, and I would got beautiful rocks all over the house. I could build a house out of them. So that's what it's called. It's a lapidary or lapidarist, or you did say. I can't even remember already. I'm losing my mind. Oh, crikey. We don't have any Bring your bees over here, says Gingers to the widow keeper, because we don't have any bees. We've got no pollinators, and I'm worried about my veggie garden. We've got pollinators. I'll tell you what we've got not this year, is wasps. We didn't have any last year, and this year we just got an abundance of them. I keep finding their nests everywhere. Yeah, they're sending. Yeah, I've been sent 4 lasers so far, and various other stuff. Battery chainsaws and all sorts of stuff, you know. I don't mind. It's quite good fun. It gives me an excuse to make a video for the channel, for my Wally Bra woodworking channel. Oh, Diplo transmitter. Well, then you got to get your aerials and stuff like that. I used to do CB, Citizens Band Radio. I used to do that. That's how we used to communicate as kids. You see, you know, we didn't have mobile phones in the olden days. I've got bees in my attic, says Doc Davies. Oh, you got a nest up there, have you? No, we've got, obviously bees. They've got solitary bees, and then obviously got, your honeybees, what have you. But the solitary bees, they just like little holes and bits of wood. Like in the United States, you might know about this, Gingers. They're like the carpenter bees, the big black bees. They burrow holes and everything. Oh, you remember CB radios, do you? Please say cheerio. I'm not going to. Oh, I just did. CB's had had a fad for about a couple of years in my hometown. Yeah, that was quite a long while around our way. Yeah, that was the GMRS radios with repeaters. Whoa, that's interesting. A dipole wire, yeah. For the aerial. I had an old poles, what I had. For the old CB, what have you. But you need something a bit more than that with ham. To make most of, shortwave and all that. We might need these things, like, you know. If we end up in a situation where we're at war or something like that, you don't think the internet's going to stay up, do you? Well, the first thing that's going to be disabled. Russia's already built a ship to do it, and so has China. Built submarines to do it. China has, for the purpose of cutting cables. Coffee. I don't know about coffee, but I know chocolate is pollinated by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes pollinate coffee. I mean, chocolate, sorry. Cacao. Yeah, cocoa beans. Yeah, shortwave is the way to go. Shortwave radio. There's nothing to stop it, is there? You see, it's be a way to communicate. It'd be like. If anyone knows that there's a series, an old series with Renee called Hello Hello, and they had a radio built into grandmother's bed, and the old knobs, like bed knobs and brooms, the old knobs glow every time that's like the radio starts calling. Obviously, it's a comedy. It's the Madonna with the bigger boobies. The world's internet cables run through Canada. Well, come off then. That'll sort the United States up. Yeah, but also they've been dragging anchors over the boom cables, haven't they? Sort of Norway or Denmark or Finland or something. I think it's Finland. They had an outage because of cables that got cut. Basically, they're dragging anchors over them. Oh, I get Brazilian coffee on the cheap. I tend to like Ethiopia coffee. When we did old beans and that, we grind our own beans on the machine in the house. And we usually get Ethiopia beans. We find them a little bit less bitter. Really nice. Oh, I do like a good coffee. And then we'll get the old cream out there and just... do the milk. I like soy milk. Soy milk is brilliant in coffee. Tiny little bit of that in the bottom of our frother. Right? And it's crazy. It's like just like thick cream. You could put your double glazed windows in with it, I tell you. Used to love shortwave, says Doc Davies. That was yeah, apparently so. Russia and China, they like for instance the is it what was that? Antarctic area. They want to get dominance up there. There's a huge amount of mineral deposits up there as well, apparently, but they want dominance. They're not happy about these islands from Norway and Denmark and places like that. Probably the United States wants Greenland. I'm not sure, Jack. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. To teach my children when they were small not to fear bees, I took a little Coca-Cola in my mouth and stood in front of the hive and had the colony crawling all over me. They're not going to sting you. Although there was actually an attack recently, people died actually. There was a swarm attack on, I think it was a party or something that was going on in France, and they were in the hospital. So unusual, no? It's very unusual. Bees are generally very docile. Wasps, on the other hand, they'll just sting you, but bees, you just put them on your hand, they don't, they won't hurt you. They've got a sting. They don't want to sting you. They want to survive. They've got a job to do. I love bees. Oh, underwater, are they? Oh, okay. The cables that go through Canada are underwater. Hello, Stormtrooper. Hope you well. There we come. Right. Now, I was talking about Canada, and I keep forgetting, don't I? I don't know how useless I am today. I mean, I was really stressed this morning because of the CT on the camp, but it's okay, so I'm happy about that now because we can use it again. Hasn't been used since 2021, since the pandemic and all that. And then things seized up in it. The brakes on one side seized up, and then the what was it? The fuel in the tank turned to glue, like paraffin wax it turned into. So I literally cleaned all the tank out to get a new fuel pump, and done the filters and stuff like that. It's fine now, but it's just I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Stupid, really, because it's a big chunk of money sitting there, isn't it? If you've got to use it, you'd be better off selling that, I suppose, especially if you ain't got much money. But that's all working again now, so I can use it. So, well, the US. Oh, what's this? The US lives on borrowed power. What do you mean by that? A bank says the world is buying its own chains. Chains of what? Globally, the game plays out that the same countries earn dollars through trade. Oh, then recycle them to the US. Treasury bonds, over 60% of global FX reserves, roughly 7.5 trillion, are held in USD assets. Ooh. What have they dubbed that lot? I think the United States is really, really vulnerable at the moment. I really do. Now, okay, forest products. All right, so Canada, as you know, obviously has a lot of forest products in forms of obviously pulp, dust, fur on my face. Oh, my battery's about to run out. A lot of forest products on softwares, etc. And it says here that Canada has been transforming its export markets by building on the strength of the sector's traditional high-quality wood fibre products. Today, for example, China and Asian countries have become increasingly significant new markets since Donald Trump for these products. And this has helped offset declines since traditional markets over recent years. Part of that is down to like wood pulp, have you be down to newsprint. Obvious reasons. A lot of stuff's done online now, so there's a lot less print, paper, and that sort of stuff being used. But we're buying more stuff online, so packaging requirements have gone up, which is paper, again, card, which is pulp. So Canada's forest products exports contribute 7.1 billion in net trade. Approximately 47% of the total forest product export value is from the following three key products. One is obviously craft pulp, so that'd be the wood pulp, bleached softwood craft pulp, northern bleached softwood craft pulp. So Canada has the largest share of the global pulp market, and that share represents almost 1/3 of the world's production and 3/4 of the total capacity in North America. Now this is a healthy position to have, obviously, isn't it? You know, for Donald Trump to say he doesn't need you, doesn't need Canada, doesn't need this, doesn't need that, don't need your cars, don't need this, it's bollocks. The United States don't produce enough. They probably have got the resources, but they're not mining them enough. Or maybe they've raped it already. So you've got newsprint and you've got softwood lumber. So Canada's one of the world's largest producers and exporters of softwood lumber. And softwood lumber accounts for 20% of the total Canada's forest product exports. It doesn't say how much that is, as in billions. The largest export market for Canada is the United States. Obviously, they're going to have, they're in a transition at the moment. Because less is going to the United States. They're still buying it, though. Even the tariffs and stuff. So, where softwood lumber is used to build houses, I just got any choice, have they? Where else are you going to get it from? The whole construction industry is just got the whole. What's up, Sebastian? Do you want? No. Oh, he's back again. He's back again. He's begging. Key destinations for foreign, domestic, obviously. So, for your forest products, or not foreign, forest products. Domestics, obviously, you'd be using it, building yourself, building houses and stuff yourself. And Mark Carney did make that statement, didn't he? That is, they could be looking at more fabricated homes, like PEPS panels and stuff like that, I imagine, or pod houses. We're all going to be living in tubes, or travelling tubes and living in pods. So the recent recession affected demand for solid wood products within Canada. However, Canada's housing construction market has been faring much better recently, and better than many other countries, and is expected to remain an important source of demand for Canada's forest sector. Why export it when you can use it yourself? Then obviously there's the United States. The US remains the most important market currently. But China is increasing. Now China's I think China's reliable. That's the thing about China. It is more reliable than the United States under Donald Trump. So even though you might think China's going a long way as well, but they're still buying it. They're still buying it. So lumber exports to China have grown remarkably in recent years and are beginning to expand beyond low-grade timber to high-value products and manufactured products. Forest Products Association and provincial agencies have partnered with the Canadian Wood Export Program to develop Chinese demand for higher-grade lumber. So I imagine it'd be cedars and stuff like that. China I thought China could do quite well with cedar. At least we'll get bugs. China's demand for Canadian pulp has also been growing steadily since 2000 and now makes up 34% of the total Canadian pulp exports. And then you've got Japan. Japan is an important market for Canada and a significant consumer of high-value wood products and of structural lumber for use in housing. Japan demand for Canada's products has weakened in recent years as a result of stagnant population growth. Well, that's happening right across the board. It's also in South Korea is having trouble, aren't they, with population growth. We're imploding on ourselves. We're not making them anymore. You need to get jiggy with it, like you do. You're getting jiggy with it tonight. No, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of that. Oh, I can't check the chat. Oh, damn. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to check the chat on here. It's frozen again. My internet is about to disappear on me. So, just go on to that. View channel. And that's me. Oh, there we go. That's me. There we come. On one of the premieres, Doug Ford has threatened to turn off the switch. Are you there? No, you're not. I've got to carry you over my shoulder. No, I'm now kicking off because my battery's about to run out. Yeah, so if you're around me, I'll take you up. She's got hurt her foot, she has. She's still moaning about that bloody foot of yours. Oh, crying, moan, don't you? I've got to repeat myself here. Hello, Joe. I'll take a truffle pig. Oh, can I have a truffle pig? What are you doing? She's nicking my sweets. She's nicking my... Give me my sweets back, woman. You're poor hard done by, aren't you? She's... Do you take painkillers?
No,
He'll take my tramadol.
yeah, but he went shopping and had a McDonald's.
I did actually, yeah.
Bought himself a couple of bears.
I did actually. Not at them.
Bought some dog food for the dogs.
I did actually,
And
yeah.
then come home.
I did. I did have a little bit of an issue. I had to come home straight away. I did.
What, after McDonald's?
Yeah. I'll be there saying, my battery's actually about to run out. Half the eastern seaboard can be turned off instantly if chosen. Oh my god, really? Canada provides 2% of USA's total electricity production. That's quite a lot, isn't it? It's like in the UK. France produces around 10% of the UK's electricity. And then you obviously got Scotland, for instance, for all those wind turbines. It's about £1 billion a year have been wasted because they have to keep turning the things off because the infrastructure is so bad in the UK. They've got nowhere to send it. Or no way to send it. Oh, use a B-day. Says with a B-day. Oh, scrub your bits while you're at it. Oh, blimey, you don't want no fungus down there, do you? You end up with a mushroom penis like, Donald Trump. Or I think you're a woman, actually, way to keep it. If we... Other brimstone, dragon peat, aluminium is Quebec. Oh, okay. My partner thinks putting a coin on a table at a restaurant terrace prevents bees from landing. Not sure if it works. Some people put a coin in a bag of water, don't they? A Ziploc bag, put it near the window. Apparently, flies won't come in. I ain't tried it, though. I've got my doubts. Oh. There we come. Stormtrooper! Some farmers have to rent bees so they can... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Actually rent bees. For my small garden, I wear a yellow shirt and go buzz buzz. Does that help? Does that work? I've got my doubts, but just let me know if it does, hasn't it, Billy? A cool mist for the garden to resist bugs. Toilet paper? What? Are you talking about wood pulp? I mix water, peppermint, and vodka and spray a bottle and put it in the fridge. Water, peppermint, and vodka. Oh, whack-a-mole, Tom. Hello, Tom. Anyway, I am going to have to love you all and leave you. I'm just going through the chat now. Oh, I'll come back. But my battery is literally... I can do a couple of hours just about with this battery. And it wasn't fully charged. No, I was about to go. So I'm going to say love you and leave you. So thank you very much for joining us. It's funny that the always seems to stop at the same time. The chat on here. Oh, strange. Anyway, please click the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and check out our videos and share them if you can. It'd be very, very kind. And yeah, thanks for the super chats, mate. And yeah, I suppose we're going to help I'm going to go and take the missus to bed. But not like that. She can't get up the stairs. Doodaloo. She's hurt her foot. She has. Yeah, she's got. Yeah, she's sprained her little. Anyway. Toodaloo.